Doing this slide is the most difficult part of the lesson, but that doesn't mean it's the worst part of the lesson. Okay, so we can do multiple things, but the first thing that's going to make this a little bit easier is if we start off by doing the greatest common factor. So what's in common between these numbers? We have a 3x squared minus 3x minus 6. These all have the number 3 in common. So we're going to get that 3 and we're going to put that there. What about this one? Did these have anything in common? 2x squared and negative 8. They have a 2. 2 fits into both, so that's where this box is going to go. Number 5 also has a 3 in common. And you should definitely have used scratch paper, kind of like if you're doing Sudoku, you're going to need some scratch paper. So what's going to be left if we factor out that 3 is going to be x squared minus x minus 2. For this one, what will be left is x squared minus 4. And what's left would be x squared minus 4x plus 3 inside those parentheses. Now I'm just going to go through all of these and make sure that they are all different. If any of them happened to be the exact same, okay, none of them are exactly the same. If any of them were the same, then that would mean that their factors would be exactly the same. So none of these questions are going to have the exact same answer, but if you look at all your answer choices, they will be similar. Okay, so we're just going to have to drag and drop these things and see what works out. I'll start with number 3. Looking at this, we need to find out which pair of 2 cards could multiply to make x squared minus x minus 2. If we want to make this negative 2, then that means we're going to need some small factors, like something with a 1 or something with a 2. If we pick any of the things with the 3s or the 6s to make number 3's answer, then it's going to multiply to make something too large. So I'm going to check and see which x plus 1 times what can make this. Well, maybe x plus 1 and x minus 2. I'm just going to guess and try and see if that works. That'll make an x squared. That's minus 2x plus x minus 2. So that's going to make x squared minus x minus 2, which is exactly what we wanted. So that means let me erase my work. The answer to number 3 is 3 times x plus 1 x minus 2. 3 times x plus 1 times x minus 2 is going to make that answer. What's going to make x squared minus 4? Well, the only way you're going to get that minus 4 is if we use some of these 2's. So I'm going to go with x plus 2, but since we need a minus 4, my other factor is going to need to be something that has a negative, like this one. X plus 2 times x minus 2. Let me just distribute to check this. That's x squared minus 2x plus 2x. It's a little out of order, but that's fine. And these two are going to cancel out, leaving you with x squared minus 4. So this is the correct factorization. And we're going to need a 2 in front because we have this 2 in front. I wrote this 3 in front because we factored out that 3 at the start of the question. And your 2 parentheses are going to be multiplying each other. Okay? Number 5, if it's going to have a plus 3 at the end, then I'm probably going to want a plus 3 as my factor. If it's going to have this plus 3 at the end, then I'm probably going to want one of my factors to have a plus 3. Don't forget about the 3 that we had in front to start off with. So what can x plus 3 multiply to make that? Well, actually, there's nothing. It would have taken you a lot of practice to figure that out. So besides that, if we have an x minus 3, and if we use the x minus 1, those could multiply together to make what we need. Let's do that. Let me show you that. X times x makes x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. Negative 3 times x will make negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 1 will make the positive 3. These two negatives are going to give us back this negative 4. And that plus 3 matches the plus 3, and the x squared is right. So the correct factors for this original question is 3 times x minus 3 times x minus 1. Okay, so I've shown you 3 of them. I want you to try the other 3 on your own with what's left over. Remember, none of these factors are going to be happening more than once. So you only have 6 options to choose from now. And the easiest place to start off with to find these answers is looking at how can I make this 6 out of these second numbers in the factor? Which of these numbers can multiply together to make the number 6 in the end? Which of these numbers can multiply to make the 12? Then you're going to drag them where they go. You're going to multiply them and see if they work. You're going to be using your undo button a lot. Good luck.